And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and it is time to talk about the news in NBA 2K22, my team. See me talking with my hands like a real news anchor. One of these days, I will dress like a real news anchor, at least one at the local level. You know, probably named Paul Stanley or something super generic and white where you don't really know if that's his real name. I'm going to dress like one of those guys this time. It's not really hard to dress like those guys. Just got to throw some like pleated Dockers on and like a checkered long sleeve shirt and like button it all the way up. Yeah, I'm gonna do it though one of these days. We have news in NBA 2K22. My team, fan favorites, is here. To be honest, I really did not expect fan favorites this week, and congrats to 2K for keeping me on my toes this year because none of the player predictions have been correct, but the actual set predictions have not been correct. So props to them for that. But also, if you have not yet, dude, you have to go get first off all of these cards. But this Shaq Diesel is ridiculous. Now, I still prefer to run Grant Williams, Giannis, and James Boo Knight, or James Bougie Knight, Boogie Knights, whatever. I like to run them, but this Shaq is absolutely lethal and limited. He's definitely a solid replacement for gold Joakim Noah. So definitely want to go do that now that it's not glitched and it will actually give you the card because it wasn't giving you the card for a little bit. But most people are going for the dark matter anyway. But if you don't plan on going for the dark matter for any reason, for any honestly myriad of reasons, time commitments, too much work, etc., at least get up to, and I'm serious when I say this, at least get up to the ruby cards, like at the very least. And the reason I say that is because we're not going to get any more sapphires and promos at all. And I don't know if we're getting limited warm-up cards at all. I feel like 2K usually drops them by now, so I don't think we are. So I would at least get up to the ruby cards. Don't even have to go for the ruby cards. Just get all the sapphires, emeralds, and golds because they will be useful later. So anyways, to the news. First one we got, the Minister of Defense, Jonathan Isaac. I don't think that's an official nickname unless I'm missing something. I don't remember anybody ever calling him that, but who's to say that I am correct about that? Jonathan Isaac looks cool. He's got Prince hair, which is pretty tight. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Isaac's fire. You already know what's up. Like, we all used his sapphire forever. Some people probably still do use his sapphire in some capacity. So his opal isn't exactly going to be a terrible card. I'm sure he'll be just fine, and he'll be the ultimate sweat lord weapon, just like Diamond Bull before him. This card's going to be stupid. I'll talk about the cards more when I go over the 2KDB portion. You can separate these videos into 3 distinct portions. Read Twitter. Talk about 2KDB. Market. You know what it is. Then we got Porzingis. I've been predicting this one for a couple weeks. I knew we were getting one at some point, just didn't know when. He's going to be ridiculous, and I would say at minimum, 400K. I would say, no question, like without a doubt, 400K. And that's on the low end, honestly. Like, this card's going to be ridiculous. The odds on these are going to be super bad. Spoiler alert, there is a troll dark matter, but he could honestly be the rarest of the bunch, and I'll explain when we get there. But Porzingis is going to be a top tier center, if not outright the best center in the game, especially on current gen. On current gen, he's going to be ridiculous, straight up. Big Diamond Porzingis, people still run him, so that should really indicate how good this Porzingis is going to be. Now, the one thing I will say about it is we could run into the situation we ran into with Terry Dissinger, where his pink diamond was already so good that this is going to feel like not that much of an upgrade just due to the fact that the card was already stupid. And as you can see over in the corner right here, I'm spoiling it. We got Kevin Durant. Honestly, I really don't care about Kevin Durant. He's always too expensive, so I never use his card. So this honestly doesn't affect me in the slightest. And 2K has to, they just keep doing this thing with the fan favorites packs where they'll put like a massive name. Like, Kevin Durant wouldn't be considered a fan favorite. So when they put LeBron and AD in the packs last year, like, those are not fan favorites. Those are just favorites. Like, you could throw these guys in any set. It doesn't matter. Truly. And you still could throw these bad boys in a Tuesday pack and make like $1 billion. Like, it really doesn't matter. You don't need to put them in the fan favorites. I swear to God, you don't. They'll sell on their own. Durant's going to be good, but realistically, like, His Opal was already good enough that I don't think it's a huge upgrade, but he is going to be ridiculously expensive for sure. Him and Porzingis both are going to be 400K plus, if not outright ridiculous. Like a souped up Durant, which by the way, he's already going to come with like a lot of badges. So he'll probably, I say this a lot, but he'll probably break the MT amount realistically, especially if you're somebody who's like got the badges to handle it. Yeah, soup up a Durant and sell him. I guarantee you're going to break crazy amounts of MT. And then we got, I'm so, oh God, I'm gonna sound like such an old man hater. I know I am. I'm sorry. All right, hater alert, hater warning. You know, if you don't want to see hatred, just go like 30 seconds in front. All right. I am so tired of the Dunktober Jokic thing, bro. I don't know if I'm just washed, which I'm definitely washed for sure, but I didn't get it at the time. I didn't think it was funny at the time. And then it's been like 2 months. So now I think it's even less funny, which is actually, that's a net zero because I think I was already there. But we're actually getting, I will say it's cool they used the card art for sure. I thought they were just going to drop like a regular Jokic, but no, they did use the Dunktober Jokic like whole thing, which I think is kind of crazy. But I think this card will be good, especially if his jump shot is on very quick, which I would assume that it's going to be. So God, I'm so tired of the Dunktober Jokic memes, dude. I swear to God, if we get a Rondo, this is him, Rondo. Wait, I said this is him, like the male version of This Is Us, the show your parents watch. Kristaps, like I said, his card already fine. Like the pink diamond, already really good. Still used by a lot of people when he came out in January. I don't expect the card to be too much better. The things I do expect is he's going to have at least gold clamps. He's going to have some more defensive badges. He'll obviously have quick first step. Like the big difference is, and realistically the only difference is that Porzingis will be able to move at a much higher clip. Like I think he's going to have a higher ball handle, a higher speed with ball, overall higher athleticism. And that's going to be the real difference between the two. Like it's going to be a marketable difference. Like you're going to be able to tell. This Porzingis really couldn't move. He just basically was a 3-and-D cone. But the other one, probably going to be able to get some buckets on his own for sure. Kevin Durant. I mean, realistically, like he's going to have Kevin Durant on quick, and I think that's really the only difference. Not only in the card, besides like some, obviously some badge upgrades, but I think that's really the only difference people are going to care about. When it comes to guys like Kevin Durant, especially when they jump from tier to tier, like they really don't get that much better because 2K already makes them overpowered to sell packs. You're basically paying for like either a jump shot upgrade or a SIGs upgrade. That's basically what you're paying for. So when it comes to Durant, you're paying exclusively for the Kevin Durant jump shot on quick. Yes, there's extra Hoff badges, but you can literally find one of these for a fraction of the price that has like 30 Hoff badges. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. Then we got Jokic. Yes, I'm not using Dunktober Jokic. I refuse to even talk about him with the Dunktober thing on there. I mean, the set shot 18 on quick or very quick is going to be the key. Like, I think Marcus Hall has it on quick, and I actually really like it. So it's really just a matter of like what they put it on. His upper is pretty ugly, but it's not terrible. And like I said, if they put it on very quick or quick, it's going to be fine. If he can move at all, which I think he will be able to, I think he's going to be a little bit faster. He'll be incredibly good. I mean, this card, like stats wise and badges wise, was fine. It really was just the set shot 18 that made him terrible. I feel like if he had a different jump shot or even that on quick, people would have ran this card like crazy. Everything else is good. Like his badge count, he doesn't have clamps, but this one will, so it doesn't really matter. And then we got Jonathan Isaac. Jump shot 70 is good this year. He's basically just going to be better E. That's essentially what he is. I mean, he's going to be Jonathan Isaac ever, regardless. But better E is better for the context of like what to expect from the card itself. I think he probably has shifty dribble style and like Scottie Pippen behind the back. This card is going to be able to move. There's no question about it. That's kind of the mental preparedness that I have to have is this card's going to be over 100K initially. And I think he drops down like Rudy, down to like 80 or 90K by the end of the day, or at least by Saturday, which at that point you absolutely should pick him up, especially if you're playing in a competitive setting, because Jonathan Isaac's probably going to be a top tier power forward. Like, realistically. He already had jump shot 70 on quick, by the way, like, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize that the Sapphire card had it on quick this whole time. So I would expect them to actually give it to him on very quick, to be honest. But I think the real upgrade, in addition to obviously being stats and badge upgrades, is going to be the 6. They're probably going to give him Shifty, Scottie Pippen behind the back. And I think that's going to be the real marketable, like, you know, sale for the card, in addition to having like actual badges that you can upgrade that are like worthwhile. You know what I mean? He's still going to be a lockdown defender. I would expect the majority of his Hoff badges to be of the defensive variety. I do expect him to have like Hoff catch and shoot and corner specialist and stuff, and probably at least gold limitless spot up. But I would temper your expectations in regards to the Hoff shooting badges, because I don't think they're all going to be that Hoffs. That being said, if you take Jonathan Isaac and he is a buyout and then you add a bunch of Hoff shooting badges, oh yeah, you're coming up. I mean, they're not really dollars, so doing the little dollar sign thing, what's like rummaging a bunch of coins like this? Yeah, I don't know that. Jonathan Isaac's going to be heat, though. I mean, there's just nothing that I could say that could tell you otherwise, realistically. So let's go take a look at the market and see if I can't predict any of the other cards coming out tomorrow, or if we can see any cards that you should invest in. Okay, let's take a look at the market here. What are some cards that we could see tomorrow? I feel like it is an inevitability that we see Marcus Smart. I feel like there is no possible way that they do this set without Marcus Smart. I just feel like there's no way. If any card personifies the fan favorites moniker, it is Marcus Smart this year. And I'm about to do a hot spicy take. Marcus Smart is just Sidney Moncrief. Like, I'm dead serious. Yes, he's got a slightly better jump shot, but honestly, I don't mind Sidney Moncrief's jump shot, so I can't even say that with the utmost certainty. But he's just going to be Moncrief that shoots better. Marcus Smart is a lot closer to Sidney Moncrief than you would expect. I could see us getting an Eric Snow, too. Eric Snow is kind of a fan favorite in his own right for a little bit, like, realistically. It would be really cool to see a Moses Malone. I just feel like we've got a distinct lack of Moses Malones this year, and it'd be really, really nice to see another one. This card was fire when he came out. That's because the center position was super trash. But regardless, I enjoyed him. A Batum would be another one, too, that I think is, like, pretty solid. I think if we saw like a shooting guard Batum, I think he'd be really tight. He does step over the 3-point line consistently, which is quite annoying, but it is what it is, realistically, which I've said 4 times in a row now. Trey Young, I could see Trey. I could. By the way, a lot of these moments cards are really expensive right now. Like Lou Dort, who I could also see in this set, without a doubt. He's always like a fan favorite guy. Lou Dort's like 59K. 50K. So like if you have this card, go sell it. The reality of the situation is people are going to pay top dollar for some of these rarer cards because Dirk is right around the corner, and a lot of these collector guys are relatively close. And if he's even halfway decent, they'll play kind of like an exorbitant amount of MT for some of these moments cards that not a lot of people have, or a lot of people have just sitting in their collection but they're not really using, or even play the game anymore to sell. You know what I mean? So it's something to think about, but I could see Lou Dort for sure. I think Marcus Smart, without a doubt. I could see OG too. He was kind of a fan favorite a little bit. Jason Terry, maybe. He was kind of a fan favorite, but once again, I feel like that was due to the weakness of the position at that point. Dean, there's no way we don't get a Dino relatively soon. This is the only Dino we've gotten this year, and he was trash. He has 16,000 MT, so if you have this card, sell him. But Eddie Jones would be another one. They've been kind of loading us up on wings recently, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him. Wang, this set was kind of a fan favorite set in its own right, actually. Kind of looking at it, like it was. The maxed out cards, I mean, I don't see anyone getting a fan favorites out of here except maybe Caruso. That would be like the only one I would say. Wiggins too. We could see a new Wiggins. It's been a bit since we saw Wig. The flash cards, I don't think any of these cards will get it except maybe Penny Hardaway, but we just saw one in the OOP packs. But we could see like a Opal Penny. And obviously people would be really ecstatic for that. The out of position one is very good. It's just he plays power forward. You know what I mean? None of these other sets, I just feel like this year there haven't been that many fan favorite cards. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that 2K did do a better job of like balancing cards this year. So you could realistically use anyone for the most part. So people have been using different and robust lineups. I can make some requests though. Let me get Jared Dudley. Just let me get like a diamond or a pink diamond Jared Dudley, and I will be happy. Seth Curry was actually kind of a fan favorite at the beginning of the year, so I could see him and Patty Mills popping up because those guys were fan favorites. None of the Ruby ones, I just don't feel like I remember using it. Anybody using them except Tim Hardaway, which I could see that. Ibaka, if we didn't have all the Dark Matters revealed, be cool, I guess. Bingo would be fantastic. I would love that. Bingo Smith would be great. Point guard eligible Bingo Smith, great. That would be awesome. Will it happen? Probably not. I can dream. Mitch Richmond actually wouldn't be a bad one either. He was kind of a fan favorite as well. Him and Walt Frazier at the beginning of the year. So I just don't know. A lot of reward cards could get it. I feel like, everyone's really excited about Dunktober Jokic, but, Greg Ostertag, the big mountain himself, coast to coaster tag, would make for an excellent fan favorite card. Are there many fans of Greg Ostertag? No. I know one personally very big fan of Greg Ostertag. It's your boy right here. I would be super ecstatic if they put a 3-point shooting Greg Ostertag into the game. I might actually say nice things about 2K for an entire week, consistently, regardless what scummy behavior they took part in, if they gave us a Greg Ostertag. David Robinson might fall in price. Trying to think of cards that would realistically fall in price due to these leaks, and I think there's not really many. Durant even I feel like isn't going to fall in price, even though he's got a Dark Matter coming out. Like I really just don't think he will, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that like I just don't think anyone really cares about the Opal one. Like I said, you're paying for a shot upgrade. That's basically what you're paying for, and maybe like Sig's upgrade. That's about it. Joe Johnson could see one too. I mean, it'd be nice to see a new ISO Joe that didn't have 42 stamina. Like, that'd be pretty cool. Is 2K going to do it? I don't know. Boris Diaw is another name that, like, always seems to get in these sets. Same with Gerald Green. So, I could see both of them. Havlicek, actually, is one that I think I could see point guard eligible Havlicek, and I would go so bonkers for that. If we had, like, an Opal Havlicek, oh, yeah, dude. Jump shot 17 on quick or very quick. Woo, chef's kiss. Fantastic. Kirk Heinrich would also be an acceptable card. I just don't know who else we could see that's, like, technically a fan favorite. Jakar Sampson is kind of a fan favorite. I feel like there's someone else. I mean, Noah was a fan favorite all year, but a lot of these sets, I just feel like, especially the more recent ones, are not going to include any fan favorite guys. Like, they're too recent. But, it just kind of remains to be seen. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. We'll find out what we're going to see tomorrow, and I'll be here. I'm off work early tomorrow, so I'll be uploading all day.